it's just about midnight. Usually I'll listen to a little bit of music, but tonight I'm gonna just listen to the car because it's late. Usually drink a Red Bull, etc. And it's usually when I do a lot of thinking. I was thinking, you know what? Sometimes when loved ones get really sick or get sick and then they need something from us, we always say that we don't mind being there for them. But sometimes, you know what? I think that we start to resent them for getting sick. And then especially if they die. If they die, we I guess grief, yeah, one of the stages of grief is death. One of the stages when somebody dies is anger. I would venture to say that sometimes it could also be that you get angry when they get sick. And that doesn't matter if it's a parent or a spouse, a good friend, one of your kids, doesn't matter. You get angry. You get angry because I bet you feel like they failed you. Or like you failed them. Something you could have did a little bit better, a little different, a little bit more of, you know. My mom died when I was 27, and I didn't know enough back then to know that when she was chain smoking, I should have been destroying her cigarettes and not worrying about getting in trouble or her getting mad. I stopped my husband from smoking after he had been smoking over 40 years by refusing to help him buy them, meaning I won't go to the store and get them. Go get them yourself. And like, because they became more and more expensive, sometimes he would say, hey, I don't have but like $8 and the packs will be 10, and give me $2 until I get paid or something like that, you know. I don't think he didn't have $2, but if he was short on buying them, I stopped giving him the extra. Then he switched over to vapes, and he tried to smoke like Black and Milds just to try to step down. And I would hide them, drop them in water. The vapes, he would put them on the charger, and I would take them. There's like over 10 of them things in a lipstick bag on my side of the bathroom, just simply because I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of the hospital visits. So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you help me. Stop going to the hospital with you all the time. And then I don't know. Sometimes, you know, because my mom passed away when she was 49, sometimes I get angry with her about being gone. I know that's like absolutely ridiculous. For her, it was mesothelioma, but her smoking did not help. It was still going to happen. Now they know how to stop people from dying from it. You know, back when my mom got it, it was a death sentence. So, anyway, yeah, I kind of been through a lot. I've had to overcome and go through a lot. And that's since birth, you know. Actually since conception. You know, my mom, I am not my mom's first child, but I am an only child. I am, like, I think the 4th pregnancy out of 5 or 6. I was the only one that survived out of all of them. When I was born, I think I was probably diagnosed with failure to thrive, because I remember having to take this special medicine, and she used to put stuff in my milk all the time, and it was to help me gain weight because I couldn't gain weight. I didn't start not having trouble gaining weight until I remember, I think I was 8 or 10. She either couldn't afford it anymore, or it stopped being necessary. My parents got divorced when I was going into kindergarten. I remember, wow, well, and there's the trauma. There's one. I remember watching my dad beat my mom up, and then he drug her to the bedroom, and I just remember her telling me to call 911, and I didn't, because my dad said, put the phone down, and I did what he said. He proceeded to beat my mom up, beat her so bad, he had her eye all messed up. I remember that. I was 4. It was because she had caught him cheating, and he had spent all of the bill money, my school money. She couldn't buy me nothing for kindergarten, my clothes, my supplies, none of that stuff. And then she found out he had been buying stuff for his side piece and her kid. I guess he got mad, he got busted, decided to beat her up. And then he left her. And then he took the house. Mind you, I am an only child. He put my mom out, me and my mom out of the house. And then he let his cousin and his cousin's wife and their kids move into the house. Me and my mom went to her mom's house, which didn't have running hot water. Didn't have heat. They had heat stoves, and it didn't have air. Because he didn't want to pay child support. My dad told me in the 70s he was making the equivalent of $23 or $24 an hour in the South. It'd be like somebody nowadays making $200,000 a year. $1,000 a month. She didn't have money for an attorney, so he got away with it. What would make a man punish his child to get back at the woman, and he was the one in the wrong? Still don't understand that one. And I think that I struggle with self-worth and value because I don't understand how I am this man's only child, and he still to this day puts others above me. My kids are my entire world. They come first. They come first. Lord knows they come first. And I hope and pray that they know they come first. But if I only had one kid, there is no way they would go without. Regardless of what was going on with me and the other parent. It just wouldn't happen. Hold on a second. I want you to see something. This idiot right here almost hit the back of my car. Doing stupid shit this late at night. That's just annoying. Anyway, back to me. That's an asthma cough. Don't worry about it. You know what bothers me? There's nobody else on the road. This jackass right here wants to tailgate me. Like I'm supposed to go faster than the speed limit. Ain't nobody else on the road at midnight and he wants to tailgate me. Not gonna happen. So, yeah, I couldn't figure out why in the world he would not put me first. Like, it's just me. You ain't got nothing else. His sisters were taking care of the mom, my grandmother, and she was getting older. It was just me. He had one job. One kid, one job. Was making more than enough money. Still could not prioritize. Just me. Anyway, and that continues to this day, and now I'm 52. So, what I had to do to resolve at least part of that for myself was I had to I had to sever ties with my one remaining parent. My mom died in 2000. I had to. Self-preservation. I had to, because emotionally it was starting to wear on me and I didn't even realize it. And it had happened so many times I no longer cried about it. It was heartbreaking, but I couldn't cry about it. So I had to break up with my dad. Anyway, as I think about the relationships that I have been in and allowed myself to stay in, you go back and you think about, why in the world did I stay with that person? They were doing this, that, and the other. It all goes back to that value thing. I did not have my dad around to tell me that is not the proper way to be spoken to be treated, to be handled, and men don't really realize what they instill and know, hey, it's not just girls, it's boys too. A man can set a standard for his son on what kind of woman or girl he should allow in his life also. They don't realize that. You can walk away from the mom or the relationship, but you do not walk away from your child. They still need you. And yeah, when they get grown, guess what? It doesn't stop. They still need you. They still need guidance. They still need help, not just financial. Until you die, they need you. Same thing goes for moms, but right now I'm talking to the dads. So, I also think some of what was going on, I've got an associate's degree. I've always been smart. Let's put it like that. I struggle. I had to work hard at it. It wasn't coming easy, but I've always been able to figure it out. So when I got out of high school, I was number 14 out of 300 and something students. No help. Plenty of struggle. My last 4 years of school. That's another topic on another video. But I ended up living with my dad my last year. Only I didn't live with my dad because either him or his wife didn't want me at the house. So I ended up staying with my aunt. And my dad would come by every so often. Can you imagine? I move across the country to live with my dad, and I cannot stay with my dad when I go there. It was just wild. Anyway, and even with that, I was mistreated at his sister's house. He didn't step in and do anything about it. anyway, I have a. He didn't talk to me about college. I got the idea of going to college from my high school friends and best friend. I applied because everybody else was applying. The school I wanted to go to, my mom wouldn't let me. She wanted me to come back to where she was, which was a good thing, and I did. And then I have an AA, I have a BA, I have a master's, and I'm 14 months away from a PhD. I only have the dissertation to do. But I ran out of money to finish that up, so after I think 7 or 8 years, you have to start over with PhDs. So when I go back to school, now that my youngest daughter has graduated from college, I'll be going back for what I actually want to practice in for the rest of my life, and that's clinical psychology. I'm not going to spend another educational dime until that's what I'm pursuing. So that's what I'm lining myself up to do right now, financially anyway. But yeah, I guess you would call that overachievement syndrome, because I was trying so hard to prove that I was have value to somebody, anybody, everybody, anybody paying attention. When really I was probably doing all of that to get my dad to acknowledge me. But it's, to make me feel like I have value in his eyes. And he was never even paying damn attention. He never paid attention. I found out a few months ago that while I was busy obtaining a bachelor's degree, taking out student loans, working, doing whatever I had to do to get through school, all the while my mom was, hospitalized, sick, dying. I'm going to class. I'm a mom. I have, only my oldest daughter then, but she's like 3. Only to find out from my own dad that he was helping one of my cousins get through school while I was taking out loans. And I don't understand it. I can't understand it. I don't get it, because he knew I was in school. So why would you not give your kid money to go to school? What the heck? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. But again, that is not for me to figure out. That is for him to come to understand why he would do something like that. Why he would do something like that, I don't know. But what I do know is that when you do not come through for your kids, they do not forget it. And you will regret it. In your old age, or when you need something from them, you will regret it. Don't do it. Don't think that you are going to be able to rely on those kids when you get old and fragile, because they're not going to be available. No matter how much I tried to forgive and overlook all those shortcomings, at the end of the day, I am full of resentment and remorse for the fact that I know how to be a parent and I've got 3 kids. And my dad's brothers were better fathers to me than he ever was, and he only had 1 kid. So happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there. I'm telling you because I don't plan to tell my own, and this will be the first year that will be the case, but I'm okay with it. Again, I didn't say that it wasn't still hurtful, that I don't have him to depend on, because it's just me and him. But what I do understand is that I have value. Whether he is ready, willing, or able to acknowledge it or not, I have value. I'm a smart motherfucker. I hope I can say that and not get messed up on YouTube, but I'm smart as shit. And the more that I help other people in various ways, the more I come to understand exactly how smart I am. Not just book smart, just period. And it's unfortunate that he does not get to share that part of my life. He'll never realize exactly how intelligent I am. All the different things that I come up with, just in day-to-day life, how I'm always helping people figure it out in any avenue. And I'm not wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and post this video as it is. What I don't want is for somebody to see my work insignia and be showing up on my job. Because I'm nice, but don't push me. My asthma is acting up, so you can make me mad probably. So, anyway, happy Father's Day.